I want to know. So if you guys are fresher, right? So I have to start like to make you understand. So I need to start from the scratch. So what is firewall and why we need firewall and all. Okay. So for that's why I'm asking this question, guys. So please respond, everyone. Okay. Filters, files, application, traffic. Okay. Okay, guys. Fine. So nice. Good response. So everyone know about firewalls almost, right? So in this demo, if someone is just fresher or he may work somewhere else, but he doesn't aware about the firewall properly. Okay, so I am going to start from his point of view. Okay, so according to me, firewall, it's a it might be a device, it might be a hardware, or it might be a software, right? So according to me, firewall, it's a mechanism which will control and monitor your network activities, network traffic. Okay, so in your production network, whatever the traffic is going on, like based on your business need. So your internal employees, they try to access the business application over the cloud which is deployed in a cloud, or the employee try to access the business application which is deployed in the headquarters of your in your organization. So he might be located in a branch offices. Okay, so when he try to access that business application over the internet or within the network, so that communication, we need to allow that communication in our production network, because then only our business will will happen properly. Okay, so sometimes the internal employee or servers need to access the outside network as well, within the network, within the internal network as well. Okay, so if you are going to allow normally without any restriction, so outside users also will access your internal network, internal users also can able to access the outside network, so it will affect your production network in terms of security. What is security? In terms of security means, let's say, first of all, if it is a firewall, it has to do two major activities: control, let me complete first control activities, and it should monitor. Okay, so so control means I'm going to define who are all I'm going to permit. Okay, so I'm going to define for my business need, what are all the application and services I need to approve. I need to allow to access my internal network or external network. Okay, so I'm going to define. So whichever the service and application I need for my business purpose, right? So that only I need to allow it. So rest of the let's say a little small diagram I'll drive little draw here. Okay, let's say this is your production network. So here you have small LAN. Okay, it is connected with the internet. Internet outside users, a lot of users are there. Okay, so some of them are legit users, some of them are hackers. So we are not sure about it. Okay, so now your internal users are trying to access your business services, which is hosted in the internet. Let's say here it's a server, storage server. You are trying to download some file. It is a file server. You are trying to download some file. Okay, and as well as outside you are hosting some internal servers as well. So you are hosting some e-commerce websites kind of things. Okay, so sometimes you're running some e-commerce business as well, so sometimes we need to allow internal users, I mean external users, to access our web servers, e-commerce site, right? So in this use case, what will happen, we are going to allow we are going to allow internal users to access the internet, as well as internet users to access the internal network Okay, so in this use case, without, which means anyone from outside network and anyone from the inside network, internal network, can able to access your outside resources. Internet access, as well as outside users can able to access your internal resources. So because of that, what will happen? Right now we don't have any restrictions. So internal employees can able to access the internet for any service, like say, without doing his job activities, right? So the business activities, he try to download some movie, some file and all. Okay, so while try to download some movie or some file, we are not sure. First thing, it is a lot of we have a lot of drawback because of, if you're not controlling your traffic. Okay, so even though the initiators, the users are internal users, your employee, they are going to access the internet services. So the employees are trustable people, your own employee, but they are not aware whatever the service and application they try to download in the internet, whatever the service and application they try to access, that might be already infected by virus or malware or attacker. It is already controlled by some attackers. So in this use case, what will happen next? So unknowingly, first of all, unknowingly, they will try to access the some malware. They try to download some malfunction application and services. It will affect your production network as well. That is security risk. Okay, if you're not control, security risk will be there. And second thing, even though it's a secure access application, they try to internal users, employees are they try to access the internal application and services, which is more secure application, which might be deployed in a cloud or something else. Okay, so what will happen? They try to download some file, unnecessary file, data. Okay, so it is occupy your more bandwidth. It will, the user will access more internet bandwidth, so bandwidth wastage will be happen. Bandwidth wastage will be happen, security risk is there, and as well as productivity loss. So they are not focusing the productivity, they will try to access some services over the internet, they try to watch some videos and also will be lost, and productivity will be lost, and security risk is there. Okay, so that's why we should control the traffic. Okay, so we need to clearly say what application and services we need to achieve our business activities, business goals. So that kind of application and services only we are going to allow. Rest of the application and services which is not necessary to handle our business activities, that we are going to block it by using control mechanism. We are going to create some policies. What service and application we need, we are going to accept it. What service and application we don't need, we are going to block it by using control mechanism. Okay, so so firewall must support the control mechanism. If it is a good firewall, it should control and as well as monitor. Then we saw what is control and why, what is monitor. So let's assume that now everything is fine. I have restricted my internal users to access the internet services, or outside users to access the internal network. So all I have restricted. Now I have just allow one. Now I'm going to allow internal users to access cloud-based services. So why I have hosted my, let's say, uh, this is your firewall. It is hosted with the ISP, internet. Okay, now I have over the internet, I have my headquarters. In my headquarters, I have hosted my servers, web server, mail server, and all. Okay, so now, and as well as I'm hosting some internet user. I mean, my internal user, they try to access some my client based application, so which is hosted in cloud. Okay, some of the application, cloud server. Okay, so now I have everything I have said, like I have defined what kind of application and services I'm going to allow. So now it's happened. Now I'm allowing the traffic which is very much needed for my business activities only. So the user initiated traffic will reach the cloud based server, and over the internet the user try to download some traffic. Okay, so maybe file, video file, or any type of file data. Okay, so now it will be allowed because we already created the security rule by using control mechanism and we accept the traffic. Now we are not sure the reason why we need to monitor. So just controlling the your network activity, network flow, or network traffic is not giving, not, it's not going to give you the 100% security, okay, in your production network. So allowed traffic also, sometimes this cloud server already bypassed by the some attacker. He might use this cloud server as a bot server, or he injects some malicious code, malicious application and services in this cloud server. But according to your firewall, it's a trusted communication, because we just create the rule by using control mechanism. So your firewall will blindly allow as per the rule, okay, but it doesn't mean it is a secured traffic, because it's already bypassed by the hacker, and now the traffic is well, infected virus, might be infected with virus or malware, or attacker might injected any malfunction application or malfunction codes, anything. Okay, so we are not sure this is 100. We can't say it is 100% secure traffic by just creating by just allowing a rules. I mean, by creating a security rule to allow the traffic by using control mechanism. Okay, so just having a security rule, it's not going to give you the security, or just whatever the traffic or application services we need in our production network, that just creating a rule and we are allowing it is not a part of firewall activity. It's not only the part of firewall activities, and that is not just good firewall. Just having a control mechanism is not a good firewall. Why? The reason is, even though if you are trusted, if you are allowed your very much trusted traffic, that traffic we are not sure that traffic might be infected with a virus or malware already over the internet. So even though it is the most tested trustable traffic, we need to monitor, we need to keep on monitor the traffic by your firewall. The allowed traffic is doing any malfunction activities, anything virus or malware is there or not, any virus or malware is infected on the traffic or not, that we have to monitor. I mean, that firewall have to monitor continuously. If anything is malfunction, then your firewall has to take a decision to deny the traffic. Okay, so then only it's a good firewall, guys. Okay, firewall is a combination of controlling and monitoring mechanism. Just having a security rule is not going to give you the full-fledged firewall role. It, that firewall has to monitor the allowed traffic as well. It's need to deep inspect. So which we commonly we call it, we use it as IPS activities or deep inspection. Okay. So it's a firewall. It has to control and monitor the traffic. Deep it's need to do deep inspect against the allowed traffic as well, to make sure our allowed traffic is secure traffic. Okay. So what is firewall? So firewall, it might be a hardware or it might be a software. It is a mechanism which help us to control and monitor our network flow. Okay, control and monitor our network activity. Okay, so, and make sure our network flow is very secure. Okay, to monitor that. I mean, to make sure that it will monitor the traffic, guys. Okay, so that is my according to my definition. Okay, so let me show you what the firewall actually in. If you guys are not still, if you guys are not understand, okay, so let me give some scenario. Let me make some scenario. Okay, so your daily basis, you're in your you're going your office, right? So let's say this is your office from, this is your office area. Okay, right. So this is your security office security gate. Okay. Now you're trying to enter into your office. So this is your campus and this is your floor. here you have your team. Okay, you need to go there. Okay, so are you able to go there? Barely, right? So what will happen? Let's say you are without any identification. If you try to go, so you are an employee, right? So what you will do, you will just reach your office gate and you will put your ID card and you will be authenticated. Then if you're authorized employee, then you you will be allowed to enter into the premises. Then you will go to your location, your cabin, right? So if the same way someone is trying to access coming inside your office, but he is not an employee, okay? So what will happen? They simply he can able to enter in there, right? Let's assume that right now there is no restriction. Okay, there is no authentication and there is no verification and all. What will happen? So everyone can able to enter into your office and they can able to sit in front of your office. They can utilize your office area and office resources. What will happen? So they might damage your office resources, and they are not an authorized person. They are not an employee, not even an employee. They might do illegal activities inside your campus, right? So what they will do in every organization, they will put one security guard. This person, he will verify everything, each and everyone. So he will keep on check your ID card, and then you will be authenticated. Only employees will be allowed. If he is a non-employee, he has to be verified by authorized user. He has to give some appointment letter kind of things, or he has to go with the existing employee, right? So then only he will be allowed, right? So this security guard, what he will do, he is just make sure unauthorized person should not allow on your on premises, your office premises, right? To make sure your office security. So you have a lot of product. I mean, your organization resources. You have computers and servers and IoT devices, whatever, right? So, so everything is, and then your employees are there, right? So security is most important. So that's why we are authenticate. We are allowing only after authorized. Okay, so the same way in every organization, they have not only physical assets, right? They have a digital assets. They have a digital assets, right? So computers are there, and then data, whatever their data is there. Okay. So their data is there. So what they will do, we need to protect that digital asset. What are the digital assets? So inside that, if you go inside the computer, they have their own application servers inside the organization. They have a data. It might be a customer or employee data, their financial related records, or their contact information, employee full details, payment, employee payroll details will be there, and as well as if it is a software based company, they might develop some internal application softwares, so that source code will be there, and then internal servers, their own servers which they used for their business activities, right? So that application and servers all are considered as a digital assets. Okay, and infrastructure as also it's a asset. So like switches, routers, firewalls to secure their networks, to make sure the network reachability, so network infrastructure, right? So the servers, networking devices, right? Services like that. Configuration management devices. Configuration might be deployed in under one device, stored in one device. Like, so file server, web server, mail server, lot of it depends on your organization business type. The servers infrastructure will be vary, and then intellectual property, which means their research part, and so they your organization is doing research on the medical field, or if they are doing some scientific researches, right? They are creating some patents. So all are source code. They are developing some applications, new type of applications. So that source code of that application, the design and the research pattern, right? Everything it's considered as a your organization asset. So that asset, someone from the, if you're going to allow everyone to access your organization network without any restriction and without monitoring it, without any control of your traffic and without monitoring your traffic, what will happen? These digital assets will be infected, which it might be steal by someone else. The hacker might steal your data, or hacker might collapse your data. He might encrypt the data. So I hope you guys are aware about the WannaCry ransomwares, right? So ransomwares will encrypt your data and then they will demand you to pay money. Sometimes they will give you the decryption key and your data. Sometimes they will not give anything. They will just get a money and they will just collapse your entire data. So these kind of data breaches will be happen, and right. So that is going to make a huge impact in your production. Okay, so just having a physical security guard in front of your office is not only going to give how we are going to provide one security guards in front of our office to avoid unauthorized people to enter into your office premises. The same way in a digitally we should have one security guard who is going to act like a physical security guard. Like he will not allow unauthorized person to access the your office premises. Even though if he is allowed, when you exit from your office, he will monitor, right? So he will examine your back, that person's back or products, whatever his belongs, he he hold him with him. So everything will be monitored, right? The same way the digital security guard will allow only the authorized data, only will be allowed authorized data. Once the data has been, that data traffic has to be authenticated. If that type of application and service traffic is allowed, then it will allow the traffic. And while allow that communication, it will also make sure your security, your digital security, it will deep inspect the allowed traffic. Okay, so this digital security guard is called firewall, guys. Okay, this digital security guard is called firewall, who will make sure your digital communication on your organization to achieve the business activities, whatever has happened, that communication has to be secured way, and only authorized services and application only will be allowed, and that too in a secure way. Okay, so that will be verified by your digital security guard, who is nothing, he is a firewall, guys. Okay, so firewall is the first line of defense in your digital product or digital asset in your organization. Okay, so firewall is the first line of defense in your any organization who is relaying their business based on the internet, based on the network, right? So that for that organization, firewall is the first line of defense device. So first device, you any first it will explore, it will monitor, it will control the traffic and it will monitor the traffic. Once it is approved, then only the communication will be allowed. Okay, so this is a first line of defense product in a digital communication, guys. Okay, so it might be a hardware, it might be a VM firewall, anything. Okay, that's going to be a act like a security guard to our network. Okay, clear? So in our what type of data we are securing? These are all the in every organization, any organization. Okay, any type of business, any type of organization. Definitely, they are going to have a data in any form, like customer data, employee data, financial records, whatever. Any business, there is a data, and for to run their business, they have their own application, internal systems, internal storage devices, right? IoT devices, servers, computer, internal your employee devices like end user PCs, servers, right? Everything you have made your own database based on your business activities, right? Everything considered as a digital asset. That asset must be secured. Okay, so that can be done by the firewall. Okay, so Then, so in terms of monitor control, your firewall will help us to control the traffic, good traffic with us against bad traffic. So what does mean by good traffic? Good traffic means whatever the application and services your business relay, right? So that business need to allow that applications and services, that type of application and services called good traffic according to your production network. Okay, so you need to create a rule in your firewall. You need to allow that specific application and services, okay, whatever you need to achieve your production production network communication, guys. Okay, your business activities. Okay, so when you have 100 employees in your organization, so they all 100 employees are having a, you given a one windows operating system, windows machine, right? So one PC or laptop for them. For 100 you have 100 laptops, so which is running as a windows 11 right now. Okay, every Tuesday, right? So I mean, they're given some patch update from the Microsoft. You need to download the patch update from the internet, from the Microsoft site itself, right? So you need to allow your internal users to access the internet to to achieve the to get the patch updates. Okay, so in that case you need to allow in your production network, you need to create a rule to allow the traffic, as well as your organization employees, if they try to do work from home, so VPN traffic you need to allow it. Okay, so likewise your business need application, it's depends, the application might be vary, depends on your business approach. Okay, so so whatever the application here you are seeing it, major applications will be utilized in all type of business, right? So so these kind of necessary application and services we need to allow to achieve to relay our business, I mean to run our business properly. So that kind of traffic is called good traffic. So these traffic we need to create a rule to allow that. And what is bad traffic? So which is not necessary to achieve our business goals, that all kind of traffics are called bad traffic, such as example social media. If you are going to allow your internal users to access a social media application access, okay, or torrent sites or game applications, online game applications or sites to access, right? So that will affect your production network, so your business will not run properly. And as well as we are not sure that torrent site or gaming sites are not 100% secure sites, so that might have a vulnerability, virus or malware, any illegal activities might be happen in that sites, so that might affect your production network. So which is harmful to your production network in terms of productivity loss, in terms of bandwidth loss, in terms of security risk. That traffic is called bad traffic, guys. Okay, so that we need to block it, either by creating a rule to deny that specific application and services, or you can simply create a rule to allow only the authorized and authorized application and services, so whatever you need, so that you can just create a rule to allow that particular application, or specifically you can just create a rule to block that specific suspicious application and services in your production network. That will be done by your firewall. Your as a firewall administrator, you are going to create a rule, and that action will be taken by your firewall based on your rule, guys. Okay, and then finally it will protect the internal resources. What is your internal resources? Already we discussed that the internal resources are your infrastructure, your internal PC, your LAN, your employees, end user PC, network infrastructure devices like routers, switches, firewalls, IoT devices, storage servers, right? So that and all comes under your internal resources. We need to protect entire network and entire internal resources, digital assets, along with your production network. Okay, infrastructure we need to protect, and that can be done by only your network firewall. Okay, your firewalls only, guys. Okay, so that's why firewall is act like a first line of defense to protect your digital product in your organization. Okay, clear. So right now I'm just giving you the introduction to the firewall and about firewall. What is firewall? What are the type of firewall we have? And So how to choose the best firewall, everything we will discuss in our live session. We have a dedicated session for that to discuss about what is firewall. Okay. So, I mean, what are the types of firewall we have? So like packet filtering firewall, stateless, stateful firewall, next generation firewall, cloud-based firewall, end user firewall. So like that, we have multiple products. We will discuss that one. Whatever here we are learning, that is called a network firewall. We are going to learn in this package. So as a three firewall, right? So that is called network firewall. So which can capable to do protect your entire infrastructure, entire network. Okay. So end user firewall, traditional firewalls and all will not capable to do protect your entire infrastructure and in an efficient way. Okay. So whatever the firewall here we are learning, that is network firewall, which is pretty much capable to do protect your environment against the modern world and threats, modern threats and vulnerabilities. Okay. So now we hope now you guys are understand what is firewall, what firewall will do, right? Clear? Any doubts? Okay. So I hope it is clear. So shall I move on to the next topic? Who needs firewall? So from this discussion itself, you can able to understand who needs firewall. Okay. So firewall, who run a business or who relay their business based on the network or internet, they must need a firewall. So let me show you everything. So all organization with internet access, so for all organizations, so I can't list out all type of organizations, so I just list out the segmentation of the organizations. Okay. So small to large business, school and college institutions, okay, hospital and clinics, banking and financial institutions, government sectors, right, and data centers providers, right. So they need a firewall, they must need a firewall to protect their network. So these all the segments under small and business, small to large business type, we have n number of business models. Under schools and colleges educations, institution, we have a different kind of schools and colleges. N number of schools and colleges are there, hospital, n number of hospitals are there, n number of banking and financial institutions are there. n number of government projects we have for each and based on the each and every country, each and every state, they have a different kind of infrastructure for the government projects. Okay. So everything has to be protected by your firewall by the firewall itself. Okay. So cloud, like data center and cloud service providers, okay, they need a firewall to protect their entire data centers. Okay. So all commonly, simply you can just keep it in your mind, who are all need a internet access, internet services, who are all business or relay under internet, right? They need a fire. Okay. So apart from this business people, organization need, apart from the business people, the professionals like us. So system, they might work as a system engineer, network engineer, IT support staff, right? Cyber security, they might want to become a, they already working as a cyber security analyst, DevOps and cloud engineers, they will deal with the firewall activities. Okay. They will deal with the firewalls, guys. Okay. So even nowadays and in future also, so in our country, here and there they are using a home based firewalls. In upcoming, in future, each and every individual home. So right now we making our home as a modernized home, right? So in future, each and every individual home, we are going to have one home based firewall. Okay. Why? Because now we are relying under the smart devices, like we have a smartphone, we have a smart IoT devices, right? Which is relying under the internet. So we are having a smart security system, we are seeing all the things remotely over the internet, right? So lot of smart home devices we have, all are interconnected with the network, only network basis only it is working, right? So in future, they are going each and every individual home, how now we are having a home wireless routers, right? So to access the internet, the same way they are going to have one home based firewalls in future, guys. Okay. So they are all need firewall to make sure their network or their infrastructure is secure. Okay. Who need to learn firewalls. So who in under point number two, IT and professionals who want to become a network engineer, networks or IT support L1, L2 or L3, cybersecurity analyst, right? So here you can see expand. I'm going to expand that much data role you can able to much job role you can able to see here. Okay, so you can if you want to become a system engineer. So nowadays system engineers also need a firewall uh, knowledge. So if you have any doubt, you can just go to any job portal, okay, and just type any firewall like Palo Alto, FortiGate, or just type network engineer, any designation of one of this system engineer, network engineer, IT support staff, like I mean cybersecurity analyst or cloud engineers, right? Ethical, if you want to become ethical hacker, any job role, try to type in your job portal. You can see they are for these type of job roles, they are demanding the firewall knowledge. Okay, so nowadays, if you want to become a entry level network engineer, also you must have a firewalls. Why? Because the organizations now they are not ready to invest lot for the different process, and they are very much looking they're looking for the people who can able to manage multiple product. Okay, just designing a network or just deploying a network, they not they need a I mean they not need a people for just design and deploy the network. They also need a to implement and deploy the fire network in a secure way. The network security is must. Okay, so they need a people to manage firewall product. Okay, so so these are all the people will work with the firewall to secure their servers and control access to internal services. Who is working as a system engineers, who are all working as network engineers, they need to design and secure the network and manage the network traffic in an efficient way with the secure access. Okay, and then as IT support engineers, they need to troubleshoot with the VPN protocols and the port block activities, the kind of things they will do. Okay, so if they need a firewall knowledge too. Okay, and obviously cybersecurity analysts, they are going to deal with the firewall logs only, threat. Okay, so they need a firewall knowledge. Cloud engineers, sometimes cloud engineer and DevOps engineers need to integrate with a cloud-based network. So they need to at least they need to have a base firewall knowledge. Okay, so to secure their internal cloud-based infrastructure. Okay, so the client will not take a people like for deploying one from one outsource, for securing for from others outsource, not like that. They just need a people who can manage both. Okay, so that is the reason nowadays all this job roles are demanding the firewall skill as well, guys. Okay, so if you are working as a and if you are working in a non-IT, so you already tried with the networking, but you got some basic knowledge, and now you want to upgrade your skill to get into the IT job, right? So for them, firewall skill also it's a one of the best skill to enter into the career, switch over their career from the non-IT to IT. Okay, so why? Because nowadays we have a lot of opening for the firewall segments. Okay, now industry focusing more on security like previous days. Okay, and so lot of opportunities are there when you know firewall knowledge, guys, firewall product. Okay, and you guys, those who are going to join this batch, you guys are going to learn three firewall product which in within the individual single firewall cost. Okay, so you are going to pay only for Palo Alto, and you are going to get trained with other firewall, other checkpoint and Fortinet firewall. It's a live training. Okay, not a pre-recorded training. It's an instructor lead live training. So you can able to access all these three firewalls. So that benefit you will get in terms of budget. Apart from that budget, what is the advantage you guys are going to have if you learn these three products? Why you especially for we have a number of next generation firewall products. Why especially we need to learn these three firewall products? Why especially we need to learn these three firewall products? Okay, so first, why we need to learn multiple vendor firewall product? Okay, so why? Because if you look at the any job portal, and if you type like a network engineer, or if you just type your skill, like if you know firewall, right? So if you check out the job description, they will definitely mention multiple vendor products, multiple firewall products. They not only mention only Palo Alto, or one we are looking for only Palo Alto engineers, we are looking for only FortiGate engineers. Not like that. They are just definitely they will mention properly, like they will define multiple products like Palo Alto, FortiGate, Checkpoint, Cisco FTD, right? So like that, multiple products they will list out. Why? Because in a real-time scenario, in an organization, to secure your entire production network, organizations are not rely on any individual product. They are not secure their production network by with only on Palo Alto firewalls, by with only on FortiGate firewalls, by with only on Checkpoint firewall, or any other firewall products, Cisco products, right? Why? Because if their entire infrastructure is rely under one product based company, right? One organization, one vendor. So what will happen? Unfortunately, that vendor got breaches. Let's say you guys are having a in your entire organization you have FortiGate firewall. So right now 40 OS have some vulnerability, and one attacker identified that, and he used that vulnerability as a breaches, and he bypassed your production network. So what will happen? If you have your entire organization where you have 100 pieces, sorry, 100 branches, entire infrastructure, if you go with the FortiGate firewall, then your entire organization will be bypassed. Okay, so that is vendor relay. When it's in terms of security risk, and if you relay only with a specific vendor, if there you need to go with their own demand sometimes. Okay, so that is a budget risk, and as well as secondary thing is security risk. So they will not use only one firewall product to secure their production network. They will use multiple product. Okay, and since all the organizations are used 2 3 different vendor firewall products in an organization, so when you have a multiple firewall knowledge, the employer will think like you are pretty much capable to manage multi vendor environment. Okay, so the where so they some of the organization will take outsource business, right? Outsource projects. Okay, so that clients might use a different so you, let's say if you know only Palo Alto, and right now you're managing a Palo Alto firewall, and now your organization has got one new project. That client have FortiGate or Palo Alto, sorry, Checkpoint firewall. So you can't say your organization will take a project based on your resource only. Okay, the employer capability, based on employer capability only. So the client will demand demand the people who should able to manage multiple vendor product. Why? Because the client frequently change, maybe they will change the product, or they might have a different product. Okay, so as I mentioned, they might get one new project, that new client might have a different product. So in that case, your employers can't recruit new person, and then they can't after recruit, since you know only one firewall product, they need to recruit one more engineer, and they need to give a training and all, and they have to spend a lot of money for them. So to avoid this kind of things, okay, so they are looking at people to manage multiple vendor products. Okay, so that is the real time scenario nowadays it's going on. Okay, so if you're able to work with a multi vendor product, you will become a strong asset of your organization. So that will give you the better salary growth wise, it will give you the better salary, and as well as your job security is there. Okay, since you are able to manage multiple vendor product. Yes, Anand, I will share it. Okay, so they can able to manage multiple vendor product. Okay, so if the employee can able to manage multiple vendor product without hesitating, the employers can get new projects, right? So that's why they are looking at people who can able to manage multiple vendor product guys. Okay, so when you have this multiple vendor knowledge, so you will have a lot of confidence, so you can able to work in any environment. So you, if new project is coming with a new product, you can easily learn. Since you have a multiple vendor product, you can easily learn. Okay, you can easily adapt the new environment, first thing. Second thing, since you for your career advancement, since you're having a strong foundation and you deal with a multiple product, you will get a higher position in your production, in your career. Like you can become a product engineer, right? So you can become a product manager, like that. The technical lead, technical manager, like that. You can move on into the higher level positions. Okay, so clear. So, okay. Now we discuss about the advantage of having multi-vendor product knowledge. So in multi-vendor product, we have a number of next generation firewall. Then why we should choose these three firewall? So why we should choose these three firewalls? So the reason, these three firewalls are market leaders, guys. Okay, these three firewalls are market leaders. So the in terms of firewall market, okay, these three firewall products only dominating the entire firewall market. Okay, they are the market leaders, top three firewall. These three firewalls are the top three firewalls in the market, in the firewall market. Okay, so in terms of number of products sold out, in terms of good services, in terms of good features and support and good security features. Okay, so implementation, in terms of everything, these three firewalls are market leaders. So if you look at the, let me show you one Gartner Magic report. Yeah. So this is called Gartner Magic report, guys. Okay, so this is the Gartner Magic is the authorized vendor who will do review with the digital products. Okay, so and each and every quarter of a year they will release this uh, report. Okay, so they will review each and every product in terms of support features, customer support, in terms of product cost, everything they will consider, and the performance of the device, everything they will consider. They are reviewing not only firewall, all the software, so including software packages as well. Okay, so this report is about firewall. Okay, in a firewall industry, the last July 2025 latest report. Okay, so if you look at the market leaders, Fortinet, Palo Alto Networks, and Checkpoint. Cisco itself, they are not a leaders. So these three firewalls are the market leaders. So it's not just this year, past one decade, past decade, right? So Fortinet and Palo Alto was the market leaders, and Checkpoint also is the market leader. But in the first two positions, always shared by the Fortinet and Palo Alto networks. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can just go to this tab. Okay, I'm going to the Fortinet site. You can see that firewall. If you look at this, if you try to open this, you can see Fortinet is the market leader and Palo Alto is the second market leader, and third place is Checkpoint. The same way now, let me go to the Palo Alto. You can see this. You can see this report. Palo Alto website. This is the official Palo Alto website. They have deployed. They say Fortinet is the first place, Palo Alto second. Okay, so this report will be each and every quarter of the year. it will be conducted, and this survey will be conducted by the Gartner Magic. Okay, so what they will do, they will do take a survey from the users and technical people, right? So then they will review themselves. Okay, then they will consider, and based on the number of products selling, based on the feature support, based on the budget, based on the customer support, right? Everything will, they will consider that. Okay, if you look at the past 1 decade of the report, only Palo Alto and Fortinet is the market leader, first place. First two position will be keep on changed. Okay, but from a year of 2010 to 2020, continuously almost 10 years, Palo Alto is the first place in the market leader. Okay, so which means they are occupying the market. These three products are occupying the market predominantly. Okay, so which means if you take 100 organization, if you take 100 organization, out of 100 organization, so 70% of the market is occupied by these three products only. Out of 100 organization, 70 organization will have any of these two firewall product at least. Palo Alto FortiGate, or Palo Alto Checkpoint, or Checkpoint FortiGate, or Checkpoint Palo Alto, like that. Minimum at least two firewalls. So some of the organization, they have these three firewalls as well. So I has a lot of organization in my experience. Okay. But at least they will have any of these two firewall in any organization. Out of 100 organization, if you go take any 70 organization, they will have at least these two product. Okay, so if you learn these three products, definitely your their market share is very high, so your job opportunity also will be very high. If you're not trust me, you can just go to the any job portal like Naukri, LinkedIn, anything. You can just search, just type the uh, skill set like a firewall, or just type the designation like a firewall administrator or network security engineer, like, or cyber security engineer. So under job description, they definitely mention any of these two product on any organization. Okay, that's how they are demanding. I mean, that's how they are dominating the market. Okay, so when you know widely used product knowledge, then you have a lot of opportunity in terms of job. Why we are learning this? To secure our job only, right? Or to get a better opportunity only, right? So when you learn widely used products, right, so then you will get a lot of opportunity in terms of the job opportunities. Okay, so now what we are going to cover in this three firewall. So our curriculum, what is going to be our curriculum? Okay, so in Palo Alto, this firewall, as I mentioned, this batch is going to start with Palo Alto as a first firewall. After Palo Alto, we'll start with FortiGate. After FortiGate, we'll go with the Checkpoint. Okay, this is the training flow on this batch schedule, evening 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Okay, so in Palo Alto, okay, so we are already running out of time. Extremely sorry for this, guys. Okay, so let just give me a 5 to 10 minutes. I'll complete this. Then detailed course curriculum. I'll give you for your reference what are the topics we are going to cover. This document I'll give you. But what are the in this curriculum? What are the certification we are covering it? After completion of this training program, what kind of certification you can able to write? So that I'm going to explain now. Okay, so and also I'll give you the one more recorded session where we will talk about the each and individual firewall curriculum in detailed manner. Okay, so that I'll give you for your reference. Each individual firewall curriculum discussion will go around 40 minutes. Okay, so I'll give you for your reference. If you want, you can watch that video as well, guys. Okay, so now, so in Palo Alto, there are two type of curriculum. One is Palo Alto PCNSA and another one is PCNSE. Okay, so PCNSA is the entry level certification in Palo Alto firewall, so which is administrative level. So where you are going to learn to manage your Palo Alto firewall itself, and you can able to configure and you can able to deploy your firewall in day-to-day activities. Okay, so if you want to get trained this Palo Alto firewall in a Palo Alto network itself, they will cover this PCNSA curriculum in the name of EDU 210 paper, which is fully talk about your Palo Alto firewall only, and especially firewall configuration management, deployment. Okay, so administrative features. Okay, so you will not discuss about the like advanced topic like troubleshooting and all. Okay, but if you go for a PCNSC, if you want to go for a PCNSC, you must have a knowledge of EDU 210, which is PCNSA. Then you must have a knowledge of EDU 220, which is talk about one more product, not only Palo Alto Firewall. The product name is called Panorama. Panorama. Okay, so Panorama, it's a centralized management device where you can able to handle multiple Palo Alto firewalls under one roof. Okay, if you have 100 branches, all 100 branches, if you have a Palo Alto firewall, all Palo Alto firewalls you can able to manage almost anons. Okay, so or else I'll give you the Q&A session as well, and tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow session as well. Tomorrow also we have a demo, so you can join Q&A session tomorrow also. Okay, so so after I mean, if you want to go for I mean, if you want to manage all your firewalls under one roof, centralized management console, you need a device called Panorama. We are going to talk about under EDU 220 paper. So if you want go for a PCNSE certification, you must have a knowledge of EDU 210, EDU 220. You don't need to become a PCNSE certified engineer, but you need to have a knowledge of EDU 210 and EDU 220. And then one more paper is called EDU 330, which is talk about troubleshooting in PAN OS. Okay, so yes, of course, Anish. The prerequisites to join these courses, you should have a basic fundamental networking skill. So like CCNA level knowledge or CompTIA N plus knowledge you should have. So if you have a CCNA knowledge, then you can able to definitely you can able to enroll for firewall training. Okay, so that is the prerequisites. You don't need to become an expert in CCNP level. If you know networking fundamental CCNA level, then that's fine. You can. Okay, so let me show you this one. So like EDU 210, EDU 220, EDU 330. 330 is about troubleshooting entirely. Okay, all these three papers will you need to learn when you go for a PCNSC certification, guys. Okay, so yeah, you can. So tomorrow I have another 15 minutes. I have one more session. So better you can join tomorrow and you can ask me any queries, or you can personally reach out me as well. Okay. Okay, so in FortiGate, so we are going to learn entire FortiGate firewall. If you want to get previously this training program is called the NSC4 in FortiGate. If you have a knowledge of FortiGate firewall, you are eligible to write NSC4 certification. Now the certification track is changed by the Fortinet. So if you want to become an NSC4 certified engineer, you must have a core knowledge, which is for FCP, Fortinet Certified Professional, or FortiGate administrator. This is the core knowledge, core paper, core knowledge. If you want to go for NSC 4 certification, NSC 5 certification, or in up to NSC 8, the certification level is there. NSC 1 to NSE 8 level of certification is there in a Fortinet side. So Fortinet, one of the Fortinet have multiple products. One of the product is FortiGate firewall. Okay. So if you know for any other NSC 4 to NSC 8 certification, you must have a core knowledge, which means you must have a knowledge of FortiGate firewall. Then only you are eligible to write NSC 4 certification or NSC 5 or NSC 8 up to 8, any certification. The core certification is called FCP. So previously it is known as NSC 4. Now just having a knowledge of FortiGate firewall is enough to become an NSE 4 certified engineer. Now you need to learn one more Fortinet product called either Forti Manager or Forti Analyzer. Okay, so then only you can become a NSE 4 certified engineer. Before that, you should certified as a FCP certified engineer. Core certification you must complete. Okay, so this FortiGate firewall training, if you want to get trained in a Fortinet itself, they will cover as a two different paper. Okay, you need to get two different kind of trainings. One is FortiGate security, another one is FortiGate infrastructure. So our curriculum, which include both combined with Fortinet security topics and FortiGate infrastructure topic both. So you can obviously after completion of our training program, you can able to write the FCP certification. After completion of Palo Alto, you can able to write either PCNSE or directly you can write PCNSE if you have a hands-on. Okay, so everything will be covered from the basics, guys. In checkpoint, it's similar to FortiGate Palo Alto firewall. There are two type of certification: CCSA and CCSC. So CCSA is the administrative level certification. CCSC is the expert level certification. So if you want to get certification in checkpoint, in especially expert level certification, you must get CCSA first. Then only you can go. There is a prerequisite. You can't directly write the CCSE. But Palo Alto, you can, if you have knowledge of these three paper, you can directly write the PCNSE certification. Okay. So the certification cost for Palo Alto is either PCNSE or PCNSE 180 USD for any certification plus tax based on that. The validity, you will get 2 years of certification validity. Okay. And FortiGate FCP certification, the cost of the certification is around 400 USD. Okay, for such a costly certification in this firewall product. Okay, so this is will have 2 years validity for that certification. So within this 2 years, you need to upgrade your certification if you want to go for the global certification. Okay, in checkpoint, so around 200 250 USD for the certification will along with the tax. You must get certified in a CCSA. Then of within 2 years, you have to upgrade your sorry within 3 years you have to upgrade your certification to CCSC or you have to recertify it. Okay, Raj, is it possible? What is the cost of each and every certifications? Is it possible? You guys are going to pay 150 USD, or if you are from outside of India, if you are from the India, you guys are going to pay 10,000 rupees. So it is not enough to pay for your exam cost. What you are going to pay as a for a get trained, right? So it's not included with the exam cost. Okay, so we are giving a training. The exam, if you want to get certification, you have to. You are not going to pay us. You are going to pay for the vendors. Okay, so the certification is given by from our side. We are giving a course completion certification. The globally recognized certification will be given by the vendor side. So if you want to get vendor certification, you have to pay to the vendor and you have to attend the exam. If you pass, then you will get the certification. It's similar to Cisco CCNA certification. Okay, so you guys are not going to pay us. You guys are going to pay the vendor. So we are providing the training, and once the training is completed, we will give you the course completion certificate. Okay. Yeah, Anish, I will share my contact details now. Okay, you can reach out me on this number WhatsApp, or you can call me okay through WhatsApp or direct call. You can voice call. You can call. Okay, so now by 8:30 I'm going to be another session. So you can reach me out in the morning or after 10. You can just text me, or you can reach me out if you want to talk to me. You can reach in the morning. Okay. Okay, guys. So for actually, I thought of try to complete your course completion course content discussion, but unfortunately, it's take time. I'm not able to complete. So what I will share with you for your reference, and as well as I will share you the course content discussion recorded video as well for your reference. So where I have explained each and every model in detail by what is platform in Palo Alto, what is platform and architecture, what are the things we are going to cover, what is device management, what are the things are going to cover, what is high availability, everything in detailed manner I have explained. What is application control, what is user identification, what is a panorama, right? Everything I have discussed in that recorded video. You can just go through that. Okay, each firewall post discussion will go around 40 minutes. So I request, if you want, you can watch that, or if you want to refer this document, that is an, if it is enough for you, then that is fine. Okay, so I told you, right? So your Palo Alto will have a three papers if you want to go for a PCNSA certification. Okay, EDU 210, EDU 220, EDU 330. So EDU module number 12, which is EDU 220. Model number 13, which is EDU 330. From model number 1 to model number 11, which is EDU 210. Okay, so our curriculum included EDU 210, EDU 220, and EDU 230. Okay, sorry, EDU 330. Okay, so to make you understand, in a simple, within a few minutes, I just mentioned that what is EDU 210 and EDU 220. So our curriculum is covered everything. So if you want to explore more about the curriculum, I request you to watch that recorded video to explore about the content, guys. Okay, and likewise in FortiGate, all the model from model 1 to model 15, all covered up to FortiGate security paper and FortiGate infrastructure paper. Both the papers will be covered. Checkpoint from model 1 to model 12, sorry, model 11. Okay, so your all curriculum is covered, CCSA and CCSC both. Okay, and the duration for Palo Alto will take 1.5 months to complete, guys. Okay, and FortiGate will take 1 month to complete, and Checkpoint will take 1 month to complete. So the course duration is going to be three 3.5 months. Okay, so 3.5 months, and those who are all going to join this batch, you guys will get 1 year validity for this course. Okay, which means in this 3.5 months you have completed your entire course, and after 6 months you are planning for the certification. So you want to upgrade your skill once again, you want to rejoin any of the firewall product. Okay, so without paying anything, n number of times you can join for next 1 year. Okay, so that advantage you guys are going to get, along with the uh, offer pay one firewall and get other two firewalls free, and this pay 1 year validity for everyone. Okay, and pay one firewall and get other two firewalls free of cost. That offer will be for we that offer only for the early birds. So we will take maximum 10 students for this batch. The first 5 enrollment can get this one firewall cost. I mean, they can get other two firewalls for free of cost. Okay, only for first 5 peoples. And in your batch we will take only each and every batch, right? We'll allot only for 10 seats only, guys. Okay, so the only limited seats. So first 5 students will get this, pay one firewall and get other two firewalls for free of cost offer. Other five, the second 5 students, they have to pay like actual cost of their course fee. Okay, but both will get 1 year validity for this course. Okay, you can able to join multiple times without paying anything. Okay, so so that's it today, guys. Sorry for the long session. And tomorrow also we have demo. Tomorrow I'll let you know what is the lab tool we are going to use, how the lab will be performed. We are going to do one lab with the Palo Alto. Okay, so then after completion of demo, the real batch, the actual batch is going to start scheduled on 17th September. The timing will be 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. guys. Okay, the same timing. So if you have any, if the documents will be, I will share you the course content document for your reference once the my session, next session is completed. Okay, and once the video for if someone join in middle of the session, the we recorded video of this session I will share you for your reference, guys. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. And so I sorry I'm not able to give you the Q&A session right now. So that we will continue the Q&A session tomorrow, guys. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, Naveen. I will share it. Yes, yes. No worries. I will share with you guys. So how you got the link from the same number, you will got the document as well. and recorded video of today's session as well. I'll share it to you guys. Bye bye. Take care.